This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids. What up, everybody? This is your boy Black Magus, and I just saw something that caught my eye that I wanted to talk about because I found it interesting. I found that it's something that happens probably more often than not. It's just that I don't necessarily see it or pay attention to it as much. Um, so I'm looking at somebody's profile post on a social media site, and they post a picture of, I guess, a meme or mem, however you want to pronounce it, where they put, "I'm not gay, I'm not bi, I'm not straight, I'm not transgender, I'm a person." And like, okay, cool. That's, I get where they're trying to go. Yes, you should treat that person as you would treat, as you should treat any other person. I understand that. But the problem I have with that, and I think some of you may agree with me, I can understand if you disagree with me, um, completely, by the way, but problem I have with that is that you're dismissing who you are or what you are. It's just like, yes, I'm a human being, but I'm also a black human being or African American. Um, how I generally describe myself. Yeah, I know that at the end of the day, I should be treated equally and with as much respect as any other person. Um, that being said, should I dismiss my identity? And this person has to happen to be posting was transgender, so it's like, yeah, you are transgender. So don't know why you're trying to like dismiss that. And I don't know if they were intentionally trying to dismiss it or not, but I always kind of get a little bothered by that because I don't think anybody, be you white, black, Muslim, Christian, so have you, should feel the need to ignore their identity, their culture, or however you want to put it. You know, and I've said this before, like, being proud to be white is not a bad thing. It only becomes bad when you take your pride or you take your love of who you are, what you are, and try to place it above other people. And it's just like white being white pride isn't a bad statement until you look at how the people with the sheets on their heads do it. It's not because with them, it's not about celebrating um, their culture. It's about saying that, being white is the thing to be, and it's the best thing in the world, and anything else doesn't fucking matter. You bow down to the white race, basically. That's what the KKK and racists do with their white pride. So white pride definitely has gotten a bad mark because of ignorant, insensitive, like, dumb people. Sorry, I gotta call a spade a spade. People who take it too far. That's the thing. It's just like black pride. There's nothing wrong with being proud of being black, but when people want to take it too far and use it as a way to denounce other races and cultures, yeah, then I have a problem with that. Everybody's just like, I don't get mad at Irish pride parades. They're proud to be Irish Americans and just to have Irish heritage. Cool. And I know a lot of people will say, well, look at the things that, white people have done. Well, you can say the same thing about all races. So you can make the point that being proud to be the race that you are comes with, some negatives because there are things in the history of all race because it's just the history of mankind. no matter what culture you come from, whatever background, guarantee you there's a black mark somewhere where somebody, somewhere in that culture's history did something that was just extremely shitty and you can't take back. But that doesn't mean that I should be like I should be ashamed of being black. No, it's what I was born. It's you know I'm black. My family's black. Uh, I was raised around black people. Does that mean that I dislike other people? Does that mean that I feel like I'm better than other people? No, because I also was taught to respect other people and to respect other people's cultures and religions. You know what I mean? And I learned through dealing with people, going out into the world and actually interacting with people. Hey, you know, yeah, we all share a lot of things in common. He may be white, he may be Hispanic, she may be Chinese, whatever. But there's a lot that we share in common. That's cool. That's cool that there's so many different cultures, different races. There's different mixtures of cultures and races out there. It's a cool thing, and I have no problem with you being proud of being, Hispanic. I have no problem with you being proud of being Jewish. I have no problem with you being proud of being gay or lesbian. You know, cool. You like who you are and where you come from. There's nothing fucking wrong with that. Again, as long as you're not using it as a means to denounce others or to look down upon someone or to justify you committing hateful crimes or acts against someone because they're different than you, nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with, identifying with your race or culture. I don't think it's a problem. But I think that we've gotten to a point where, and it's sad. It goes back to, again, the whole KKK thing, the whole white pride becoming such a sore point with a lot of people because these people have made it so that people who aren't ignorant and racist can't openly say that because of what we've now associated with. It's sad. It's bad, but it's just like with everything else. It's just like the Muslim thing, because ISIS, they're Muslim and they do horrible terrorist acts. Now all of a sudden we're in a world where people are identifying Muslims as being bad people, when it's not. Being Muslim doesn't make you a bad person. It's just that there are particular Muslims out there who do fucked up things. Again, the prejudice and stereotypes of African Americans. Black people. Look at that whole thing with the black kids who beat up the white Trump supporter who's disabled. Now people are all of a sudden like, oh my God, this is what Black Lives Matter support. Has nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. Even if those guys say that they support Black Lives Matter, you know what? That's not what Black Lives Matter is about. That's what those people are about. But now Black Lives Matter will get a negative um, connotation because of idiots who do fucked up things, who who aren't necessarily reflective of what Black Lives Matter is about. It's sad. It's like you're guilty by association when you shouldn't, because at the end of the day, like I said before, it's not a problem being proud of who you are. It's the problem is there are people who use who they are, what they are, and take that pride and use it in a misguided way. And of course, the rest of the group has to suffer for that, and that's a shame. But there's nothing wrong with identifying with who you are, what you are. Never be ashamed of that. Never have a problem with it. Celebrate. That's the thing. We need to celebrate that and teach each other how to celebrate each other's differences. We love the things that we have in common, but we should also love the things that are different about us because that's what makes us unique. That's what makes the world. a great place to live in because there's so much different things out there and different stuff to learn about each other. At least that's the way I look at it. But anyway, as always, you guys feel free to hit me up. Let me know what you think, and I'll holler at you later. This your boy Black Megas, and I'm out. Deuces.